Hi everyone, it's Danielle and I'm back with another tutorial. Today we are making this textured crochet hat. If you are interested in seeing this tutorial, please stay tuned and we'll get right into this video. For this project I'm using Bernat Premium, which is a 4-ply medium weight yarn, and this is in the color Royal Blue. I will also be using both my 5mm and my 6mm crochet hooks. Alright, so let's begin. Okay, so using my 5mm crochet hook, I have made a chain long enough to fit snug around my head. You want to make sure that this chain is not too loose because this is going to be the band of your hat, or the brim, whatever you call it. Okay, so I have chained 70 stitches and I will slip stitch into the beginning chain to join. Just like so. Now chain 2, 1 and 2, and now I'm gonna do 1 double crochet in each chain space all the way around, and that should give me a total of 70 chains, not counting the first chain 2. All right, so just 1 double crochet in each chain space around. Keep going and I will meet you at the end of round 1. Alright, so coming up to the end of round 1, I will slip stitch between that chain 2 and the first double crochet to join. Okay, and we are going to be working on the band of the hat. So start with a chain 2, and then it will be 1 front post double crochet, 1 back post double crochet, and that will be the repeat for this round and for the next 4 to 6 rounds, depending on how wide you want your band to be. So again, it's 1 front post double crochet and 1 back post double crochet all the way around. And front post double crochet, you're entering the stitch from the front like so. Hook the yarn, pull through and pull up, hook the yarn and pull through and complete a double crochet. And then for back post, you're going from behind, hook the yarn, pull through and pull up, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops. And that will be the repeat for this round. Like I mentioned, 1 front post double crochet, 1 back post double crochet. And you will repeat that. Well, when you get to the end of this round, you will slip stitch in between that first chain 2 and the first double crochet to join to finish that round, then chain 2, repeat. And then you will repeat this row as many times as you like for the width of your band. For me, I'll do about 4 or 5 rows. I'm not completely sure yet. I'll see how 4 rows look. If not, if I want it thicker, I'll go to a 5th row. Alright, so go ahead and complete your band and then I'll meet you and we'll move on to the pattern. So I have completed my band and I have a total of 6 rows, and that is counting that row of double crochet that I started with. So I did 5 rows of front post, back post, double crochet, repeat. Alright, so moving forward, this pattern calls for a multiple of 3. So I have 70 stitches in this row that I'm working on right now, and the closest multiple of 3 to 70 would be 72. So I know I need to increase by 2 at some point. So for you, it depends on how many stitches you have in this row, then you will know how much you need to increase by. And there's no specific place to put in your increase. Just as long as you can mark, like if you have a stitch marker, you can mark random points so you remember to increase. And increasing is just to put 2 stitches in one spot. Okay, so for the next round, I'm going to chain 2. And then in that first space right here, I'm going to put 1 half double crochet. and then 1 half double crochet in each space all the way around. And I still have to increase twice at some point in this row, so I'll just keep going for a little bit, a few more spaces, and then I'll put 2 half double crochet in one space here, and I have my stitch marker over here. It could be anywhere, it doesn't matter, but I have my stitch marker there, so when I get to there, I know I'll have to put 2 half double crochets in that one space to make sure that when I'm finished this round, I have a stitch count that is within the multiple of 3 for the pattern to work. All right, so go ahead and complete this row of half double crochet, and I will meet you at the end of this round and we will move on. Okay, so finishing up this half double crochet round, I'm just going to slip stitch between that chain 2 and that first half double crochet to complete this round. Okay, so for the next row, it might seem a little bit complicated, but I will try to go as slow as possible so you can pick up what it is that you need to do. So at this point, I will switch to my 6mm crochet hook, and we'll start with a chain 2. Let me zoom in a bit. Okay, for this part, I will try to go very slow. So you wrap your yarn around your hook like so, and in that space between the chain 2 and that first half double crochet, I'm going to insert my hook like so, hook the yarn, pull through and pull up, wrap the yarn around my hook again, and I'm going to skip 1, 2, and into the third stitch I'm going to insert my hook, hook the yarn, pull through and pull up, hook the yarn and pull through all the loops on the hook like so, and then chain 1. All right, now I will work the 2 stitches that I skipped, so those will be worked as 2 double crochet, but instead of working them from the front, I'll be working them from behind this stitch. So wrap the yarn around the hook like so, then go behind and pick up that first stitch. So enter the first stitch that we skipped, hook the yarn, pull through, pull up, and complete 1 double crochet. And then again, wrap the yarn, go into the second skipped stitch, hook the yarn, pull through and pull up, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops to complete 2 double crochets. So this is what it looks like. Doesn't look like much at this point, but trust the process. All right, so for the next stitch, wrap the yarn around your hook again like so, and into that same third stitch right here, we're going to insert our hook, hook the yarn, pull through and pull up. Now we're going to skip 1, 2, and into the third stitch, wrap the yarn and enter, hook the yarn, pull through, pull up, hook the yarn, pull through all the loops on your hook. Then chain 1. Okay, now for the 2 half double crochets that we skipped, we are going to work as double crochet but from behind. So 1 double crochet, and for the second one, another double crochet. Okay, and again, wrap the yarn around your hook, that same third stitch, you're going to enter that stitch, hook the yarn, pull through and pull up, wrap the yarn around your hook again, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and into the third, enter with the hook, hook the yarn, pull through and pull up, hook the yarn and pull through all the loops on the hook, then chain 1. Okay, now we go back and work 2 double crochets into the 2 stitches we skipped. So from behind, work the first one, 1 double crochet, and then for the second one, another double crochet. Okay, and I'll show you that one more time. So into that third stitch right over here that this part of our stitch is already worked into, that's where we're entering. So we wrap the yarn around the hook and enter, pull through and pull up, wrap the yarn again, skip 2 stitches, and just to make sure that you are skipping 2, you can flip your work towards you, and then you know you'll skip this stitch and work into this third one right here. So you enter the third stitch like so, hook the yarn, pull through and pull up, then hook the yarn and pull through all 5 loops, then chain 1. Now we're going to go back and work this 2 half double crochets that we skipped as 2 double crochets, but working them from the back. So you wrap your yarn around your hook like so, go behind this stitch, enter the first skipped stitch and work 1 double crochet, wrap the yarn again, go into the next and work your 2nd double crochet. And you know, moving forward, you're working from that 3rd stitch that you worked in previously. All right, and so that will be the repeat for this round. So go ahead and complete this round, and then I will meet you back at the starting point and we'll move on. Okay, so coming up to the last few stitches in this round, I am going to insert my hook there, go over to here, hook and pull through all the loops, chain 1, then work my 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And now instead of slip stitching in between the chain 2 and that first cluster, I'm going to slip stitch into that chain 1 space right there to complete this round. Okay, and now for round 2, well, for round 3, because round 1 would be the half double crochet row, this would be round 2, and now we're moving to round 3. Start with a chain 2 and into that same chain 1 space that we slip stitch, that is where our work will begin. So that's where we're gonna wrap the yarn around a hook, insert into the chain 1, hook the yarn, pull through, pull up, wrap the yarn, then move over to the next chain 1 space. So skip over the 2 double crochets and move over to the next chain 1 space, and that's where you will insert your hook, pull through and pull up, hook the yarn, pull through all 5 loops, then chain 1, then go back and work the 2 skipped double crochets. So again, after the 2 double crochets, then into that same chain 1 space that we just worked into, we'll go into that stitch, pull through and pull up, wrap the yarn, skip the 2 double crochets, go into the chain 1 space, hook the yarn and pull up, hook the yarn and pull through all 5 loops, chain 1, and then work the 2 skipped double crochets. And this is going to be the repeat for each row for the duration of this project. Okay, so you're going to repeat that until your hat is the desired depth, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to close the top of the hat. So you'll just continue that all the way around, and when you get to this last section, you work your last 2 double crochets and then slip stitch into the chain 1 right here to end the round. Okay, so go ahead and complete the body of your hat, and then I'll show you how to close off the top. Okay guys, so I have completed my hat and it is measuring 10 inches. So just about 10 inches is the depth of my hat. Alright, so there was one thing I forgot to mention. So I left my last few stitches out because I remember when I was doing mine, I came to a point where I got panicked. So when you're doing the last one, if you come up with an issue like this, where you wrap your yarn around your hook, you go into here, which is the chain one, you wrap again, and then you don't know where to go, because this is the end of the stitch. What you're gonna do is use the base over here as your point, your ending point on that side. So like so. And then you would chain one, work your 2 double crochets in the back. And then you'd slip stitch up at the top into that chain one space to complete that round. Just like so. I hope that made sense, because that was a little bit of unnecessary information, but let's move on. Alright, so to close up the top of the hat now, we are going to be decreasing. So, let me zoom in. Okay, so we're gonna start with our chain 2 as normal and work into that first chain 1 space just like before, and then go over to the next, skip the 2 chain 2, go over to the next chain 1 space, not chain 2, the 2 double crochets I mean, and then chain 1 just like normal. But now for the 2 double crochets, we are going to work them as one. So we're going to be decreasing into those 2 double crochets. So you pull up the first one, but leave 2 loops on your hook. Then wrap the yarn around the hook, go into the second double crochet, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops, then hook the yarn and pull through 3 loops. So now those 2 stitches become 1. And I'll show you that again. So you wrap your yarn around your hook, go into the chain 1 space, hook the yarn, pull through, pull up, wrap the yarn around the hook, skip over the 2 double crochets, go into that next chain 1 space, hook the yarn, pull through all 5 loops on your hook, and then chain 1. And now we're gonna double crochet the 2 double crochets into 1. So you wrap your yarn around your hook, enter the stitch at the back, hook the yarn, pull through, pull up, hook the yarn, pull through 2 loops, leaving 2 loops on the hook, wrap the yarn around your hook, go into the second double crochet, hook the yarn and pull through 2 loops, then hook the yarn and pull through 3 loops, making those 2 double crochets into 1. And that will be the repeat for this round. So all the decrease will be done in those 2 half double crochets at the back. Sorry, the 2 double crochets will become 1 double crochet, if that makes sense. Alright, so go ahead and complete decrease row number 1, and then we'll move on. Okay, now for decrease row number 2, we'll chain 2 to begin, and then wrap the yarn around the hook, go into that same chain 1 space that we slip stitch into, wrap the yarn around the hook, go into the next chain 1 space, skipping over that 1 double crochet in the back, then chain 1. We will ignore the 1 double crochet that's in the back, and we'll only be working our X's or our crisscross. I'm not sure what we're calling those, but that's all we'll be working in this round. So this round will be pretty simple. So just like so. Just working into the chain 1 space, doing our X's, chain 1, and then continue. Okay, and that will be it for this round. So go ahead and complete decrease row number 2, and then we will move on. All right, now for decrease row number 3, we're going to start with a chain 2, and we're going to skip that chain 1 space and move over to this open space between the X's, and we're going to put 1 half double crochet, and then skip the next chain 1 space, and into the open space between the X we're going to put our second half double crochet. Skip the chain 1, put a half double crochet into the open space, and that will be the repeat for this round. So just 1 half double crochet between each X, and we're skipping the chain 1 space. Alright, so this round should be pretty simple. Just 1 half double crochet in each open space around. Alright, so go ahead and finish this round, and then I will meet you at the end. Alright, so at the end of decrease round 3, I will just slip stitch between the chain 2 and that first half double crochet to end this round. Okay, so at this point, this is what I have. Alright, so now all you gotta do is chain 1 and pull up a long enough tail to sew in the top of your hat. Okay, so I'll just pull out a tail. Alright, so with my yarn needle, I'm just gonna weave in the top of my hat. So for this, I'm just gonna be going in and out of the loops like so. So just in one loop, out the other, in and out all the way around. Okay, and once I get back to the starting point, I'll just pull it tight, like so. Okay, and then I'll just go through a couple times, or a few times, to make sure it is secure. I will tighten it a little bit better off camera, but this is what my finished hat looks like. I'll just hide my tail inside for now. But this is what my finished hat looks like. Alright, and you can add a pom-pom if you like. For this one, I made it for a male, and he doesn't want a pom-pom on top. So this is my finished hat. If while making this you have any questions or any concerns or any issues that you come across, feel free to drop me a question in the comment section and I'll make sure to answer you. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye.